Hey guys, so today we're going to be talking about the process of which I'm involved in the construction industry. Now usually, if you've been watching some of my videos, I can't really talk about a lot of my work just because I'm under non-disclosure agreements and my work is pretty confidential. But today I'm going to show you some examples of what I do in work and how things are built and what the process is, who are the players involved, who are the stakeholders, all that. So it's kind of the details, but I'm just going to do examples. None of these companies I'm saying that I work with. I'm just kind of going an overall general how an owner or a company goes about building a giant fabrication plant. So without further ado, let's get into it. Hey guys, today we're going to be talking about high technology construction, or what they call advanced industries. So I am using Goodnotes 5 to take these notes and to kind of show you how this industry works. So I'm going to zoom out a little bit here. So I'm talking about high technology construction. And when I mean high technology construction, I'm talking about companies that are building stuff that requires a lot of electrical systems, a lot of mechanical systems, basically anything high tech. Okay, these aren't standard buildings. So for here, I have the owner section. Now, just a fair warning, I just chose a bunch of random companies and threw them in here. Companies that I think would be building fabrication plants, waste treatment plants, like all kinds of things that require mechanical, electrical, plumbing industries. So I just threw together some lists here. These would be any semiconductor companies, microelectronics companies, just anything, for example, that would be wanting to build anything or solicit bids. So you start with the owner here, and let's say Google or whatever, and then you go down into, and let's say they want to have a project, so they're going to hire a general contractor. Now, an example of general contractors would be J.E. Dunn, Skanska, Hensel Phelps. Now, I actually work for J.E. Dunn, so that's why I put them on here, and that's why I know kind of how this process works here. Sometimes they will do what they call a design build, and that's where the general contractor works with a designer and they build it together. So or they design it together and then J.E. Dunn will go build it. So I have the little designer section. So we have Page, SSOE, Design Group. Sometimes, though, the owners, so a company, would work with a designer and have the blueprints already developed, and then together they go out and solicit bids from general contractors. So then the general contractors wouldn't be a part of design. But typically with these high-tech companies, you're going to be seeing a lot of design build. And so once they've designed it, or let's say Jaden's working on it with a designer for a specific owner up top, you'll go out and solicit bids from trades. Now, the difference between the general contractor and trades here is the general contractor manages the project. The trades are the ones who actually are going to go out and build. So Charter's going to go put down pipe. Rosenden's going to go lay wiring. Thermosystem's going to go program it. So the general contractor isn't going to do that. They're going to supervise the work and they'll manage the work. But they aren't actually going to go and program and lay wire down and stuff. It's just more of a middleman to the whole process. But their general contractors are very important because owners don't have time to run the project, manage it the way that a general contractor will do. So I have another slide here. This is going to be a sample project. So I totally made this up. I'm not even sure if Tesla even works with SSOE, but I just grabbed a random company and threw them with a designer. And let's just say that Tesla and SSOE, they designed something together. And they're like, okay, we designed something together. They approved the drawings. What happens next? And so this is not design build. they're going to go solicit to J.E. Dunn, Hensel Phelps, and Skanska, for example. So they choose who they want to work with. So then you have 3 general contractors who now have drawings. They're going to go out to what they call the market. The market is basically like a term for all the trades, all the trade partners that would build the work. And so you might go, so like J. Dunn, for example, let's say they go to Charter and WME. They might actually go to Charter and Harder and then pick the best qualified person based off those. Or they'll go just to Charter and just to WME. And you'll all get, all these general contractors will put together what they call bids. And so I put some examples here. I made us the lowest because I work for Jada in here. So I gotta make us look good. But it's not necessarily based on value. So we may be lower, but what if Tesla was working with Hensel Phelps and liked Hensel Phelps' work? Is it worth saving, $1 million to go with the lower guy? Or if they're already on site, it might save some time and hassle by going with Hensel Phelps. So it's not necessarily about the lowest number. And so this is kind of how the process goes. I kind of have it streamlined from top to bottom here in how things work. Now, typically you'll have a design build situation. So you'll pick a GC with a designer, but this is just an example. Some people like to do their own in-house design and they don't like to involve the general contractor. So it's kind of up to whatever project. And so this is kind of what goes on behind the background that nobody knows about. Well, I guess not nobody knows about, but like people don't realize this is how projects are done. They're bidded out. So what Tesla does, or what an owner would do, as an example, is they would send you an RFP, what they call an RFP, request for proposal, to each general contractor, which is how things get built. And so once they go with somebody, so let's say they go with us, all the rest of the people will be crossed off. So they won't be a part, well, not SSOA, but these guys won't be a part of the process anymore. And then we go and work with our trade partners and go get it built. And then sometimes if they like the work, then you just keep getting more work, and they won't necessarily go out to the market anymore, and they'll just keep using the same general contractor. So sometimes it's hard to get in once somebody's been doing good work. But this is just an example of how the process works. And so I just want to give a little insight on kind of what I do and where I am here in the process and how this industry works, because nobody really taught me, and it took me a few years to figure out what the heck is going on. Okay, so that is the construction industry in a nutshell. But I want to hear from you guys. What details do you guys want to know? I know I can't go into like super crazy detail on projects that I work on, but if you want to know more about designers or more about general contractors or whatever, go ahead and write below and I will do my best to make another video.